Hello and welcome back to the Food Freedom with podcast. We are your hosts.
I'm Becca.
And I'm Abby. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about what's healthy. But firstly, how has your week been, Becca?
I have had a good week, I think. You know, when the weeks just go really, really quickly and you genuinely don't know what you've done.
Yeah.
I probably mentioned this last time, but I'm off to Disneyland Paris in a few days. So my mind is like half on that and half like fudging its way through the week. Like, come on, let's get to Friday, please.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I think it's been good. I've exercised a bit and I've eaten fairly well and seen people. So, no, in general, it's all right.
It's been a good week then.
Yeah.
Not
How's
an
your
alright
week
week.
been?
It has been interesting. I've had a similar week where I feel like I've just gone through the motions and suddenly it's next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good. I've started on a new plan.
Oh, how is that going?
I mean, I'm on day one, but it's going well so far. But we'll see in a few weeks. I'll keep you guys updated.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, so that's really interesting. A bit of extra motivation for me. So I'm really excited to see where that kind of goes.
Yeah,
So,
that'd be
yeah.
nice. So, Abby, what are your 3 positives this week?
Oh my God. So definitely starting the new plan.
Yeah, that's one.
Seeing my smiley dog when I got home today as well.
Oh,
That always runs out and gets a leaf, and I have to tell her, don't get a leaf. And she looks at me like, but I want a leaf. And thirdly, I had a bit of like gratitude today, I think. I kind of like looked back a bit and was just like, you know what? It's a bloody amazing world we live in. You know, I've got my health, and actually, you know what? Just live your life.
Well, that's an epiphany, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I know.
My positives can't top that. Abby's just fixed herself, everybody. She's tip top.
Yeah, that's it. That's today's podcast over.
That's me done.
That's it. But yeah, bit of a deep one for this. So yeah. Becca, what's your 3 positives?
Mine are quite simplistic, really. It's not as deep and meaningful for the soul. So today I taught Nutella to sit and then wait and stay there and then come and get some chicken. They're probably all going to be Nutella related, I'm going to be honest, but she's making me very happy.
We should also say, in case you didn't know, Nutella is Becca's puppy.
That is true.
And she's adorable.
She's beautiful. I will put her on the podcast one day, but when she's a bit better behaved and doesn't chew my laptop. So my second positive is that she's been having a lot of upset tummies. So we gave her chicken and rice and stuff, which fixed it, and that was my idea. So that made me feel really good. And then we took her to the vets for her jab, and now she can go for a walk in a few days. So that's really exciting. And my third one is not going to be dog related because I need to not be a dog crazy woman. I would say can I say that one of my positives is that I'm going to Disney Paris because it's not happened yet, but it is a big one.
I will allow you just because I'm very excited for you to go.
Or maybe I should go deep and meaningful like you did and use my little positivity card. Should we see what today's one is? Maybe it will change my life. Today's is have courage and be kind.
There we go.
Everybody out there is how you need to feel listening to this.
Yes. Have a bit of courage and go forth. Be kind to others. Anyway, so
back on
enough of our rambling.
We're doing this episode.
So today we thought we'd just talk about what we think is healthy, and I'm going to put that in brackets or the air quotes. There we go. Because healthy means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. A lot of people associate it with, you know, being completely on plan, no processed foods, going to the gym all the time, exercising, sleep, water, socializing, all the things that actually realistically there's only 24 hours in a day and you can't do all of them. So we thought we'd just talk about a little bit about what we think healthy is, and kind of how we use that in our lives as well. So do you want to start off, Becca?
Yeah, so this topic I quite like a lot because, like you said, there's so many different ways. And like after a long time looking into what is healthy and all of those things, like especially in my own life, it changes as you grow up. Like what is healthy to you as a 20-year-old is different to you as a 30-year-old. Like your priorities change. And I know we touched on it a bit in the last episode, like about how life is hard and sometimes you have to prioritize other things. So for example, when I was younger, healthy to me was, like you said, it was eating salads, it was going to the gym and working out, and it was just trying to be skinny, because to me skinny was healthy. And I know there's a lot of people out there that sort of, like athletes for example, to them their healthy is sticking to a strict diet every day, training really intensely, and doing that because that is their work and their passion, and to them that is healthy. But over the years, like I've definitely realized that healthy to me isn't going to the gym like a crazy person. And especially in the last year, I've really realized what healthy is to me and what I want to be and get from being healthy.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So like this year, I've had lots of different things going on, but I've had different coaches myself and online coaches, and with each of them I've sort of focused on different goals. So the first time I got a coach, it was just as simple as I want to be skinny and I want to get a big bum. Oddly enough, that didn't work out. And then my second coach was more mentally trying to get over the issues with calories, because I was very obsessive with them, and that did help a little bit. And then my third coach was just more enjoying training again, because I'd hated it because I was using it to lose weight. Now I've stepped back from having a coach for the minute, just because, a bit like your deep and meaningful this morning, I want to just enjoy life. Like I am healthy. Like I don't need to sit here and go, I need to weigh X amount, I need to have a big bum, I need to have strong arms, I need to have all these things, because like anyone else looking at me would say, yes, you're a healthy person. Like if I went to the doctors, they always do the questionnaires, don't they, when it's like, do you smoke, do you drink, do you and I'm always like, nope, 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 nope. And that is healthy. Like why do I need to obsess over anything else?
Yeah, and I think it kind of leads into the fact that I think, like you said, when you're younger you focus more on the physical things of being healthy, and I think as you kind of grow up you realize actually your physical health isn't always what matters the most. Actually your mental health, and like you said, living your life,
yes,
and your quality of life, I guess, as well, is really important as well, and you should balance them up. You shouldn't all be one way or the other. And yeah, and I'm just going to add as well, if you, like you said about athletes, that their healthy is training all the time and all that, just remember that they have a complete team around them,
yes,
to help them and deal with everything. So please do not train as if you are a professional athlete unless you actually are one. Little disclaimer.
Because again, that is what, like, where I suddenly had my realization when I was trying to get a big bum and lose weight and all these things. And there was someone I followed on Instagram and I wanted to look like her, and I knew that she trained 5 times a week and did this, this, and this. So I started doing that, and I soon learned that it works for her because her day job is being a social media person. So she can go to the gym whenever she wants, do whatever she wants, and has the time. I don't have that luxury, and that's not a complaint. Like I have a job I love, like I love doing the coaching. I don't necessarily love my day job, but I need money. And I don't want to cram my time trying to look a certain way, because who are you doing it for?
Yeah, and it's important to note as well, I think, just for like some people that may be new to it, if you do follow someone on social media and you want to look like them, I hate to break it to you, the chances are you could eat the same, you could train the same, you will never ever look the same, because your body is so individualized. And yet, like, I can't think of what the word is, my brain is not working. Sorry.
Describe it. I'll help you.
Like the routine of your day, your
Routine.
yeah, but not your just like how you go about your days. Your
I don't know.
why can't I think
Go
of
with
it?
it.
Anyway, your general day goings will be completely different as well. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Can't think of the word, but we'll move on.
Yeah,
So
exactly that. Like you
yeah.
have different genetics, you have different bone structures, your body will metabolize food differently, you will exercise differently. You might have kids that need you sometimes, so you don't have the time that someone else has, or you might have to care for somebody, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you like doing things on your own, but this person trains with somebody. There's so
Yeah,
many
exactly.
things that affect it.
Yeah. No, definitely. And
Um,
so I think my version of healthy definitely, especially because of stuff that I've been through and my family have been through over the past few years, definitely touches more on like the mental health and the physical side as well, as in like physical illness. And that actually, you know, if you're not ill and you have good mental health, or you know, you're in recovery or whatever, then that to me is healthy. And I think anything on top of that, and I guess it goes into my epiphany, to be fair, but actually, you know, it will be okay, and that you have your base rate, and anything above that is kind of just, you know, you can always do more to be more healthy.
yeah,
But yeah, baby steps.
definitely. And like this year, I have noticed, like my mum, for example, has been going through menopause. She probably will hate me for saying this on a podcast, but she has. And it happens to all of us. So don't stress, everybody. But for her, like we started training together a couple of years ago. Because when I started going to the gym, she looked at me and was like, oh, don't overdo it. Like you're going to end up looking manly, or you're going to like wear yourself away and all of this stuff. And she was not very supportive of it at the beginning. However, like I managed to drag her to a few PT sessions and like get her to see how good it feels when you move your body. And we've been going to PT once a week for like 3 years, I think. Like it's quite a long time. And it has helped her so much going through her menopause because her muscles are stronger. She can do things like, and especially I obviously took her on as a client when I started my nutrition business. So we've really focused on making sure she's eating the right things. And it makes so much difference when you're going through that. And so to me, if I know that throughout the rest of my life I'm eating and doing things healthily, I know when I get to menopause, I'm not saying I'm going to nail it. I know I'm probably going to be a crying, stressy mess that's having hot flushes and all the things, but I will be able to navigate it because I understand it more.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, like my nan, sorry, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but like this year, my nan got diagnosed with osteoporosis. And a lot of that affects it is obviously your diet. Like if you're not getting enough calcium in your body, your bones get weak and causes osteoporosis. And like exercise. And my nan, bless her, has never exercised in her life. She's never gone to classes or done things. But now she's been like recommended to do it. So once a week she goes to a little Keep Fit class, and it's on little chairs and they sit and they do like little stretches and movements and get their body going. And she loves it. Like it helps her mentally because there's other ladies to sit and chat to, and she's moving and it hurts a little bit, but it helps her.
Yeah.
And that is healthy.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm with you on that. Like I recently started PT sessions with my sister, and it's not necessarily a thing to even go and like beat your PBs, or you know, to do it for the weight loss or anything. Like it is just because mentally it helps you so much. And like if you are in the fortunate position where you can afford a PT, even if it's going with someone else, I would recommend it so much, just because it's an hour that you know you've booked into your like diary. You will go, and also going to the gym will kickstart that motivation again, and then you'll be more likely to go back. And then yeah, like you said, resistance training helps osteoporosis so much as well, which then helps physical health as well. It's just yeah, so good for you.
Yeah, because again, like when I was younger, if I thought of being healthy, it would be running and cardio and being able to have really good cardio fitness. And I never once thought about resistance training or muscle training. And
it's like in the last one where I said that I ran a half marathon. I did not need to do that for
no,
health. That's not
you
healthy.
didn't. But that's the thing, like the recommended thing that you do is that you have a healthy balance between cardio exercises and resistance training, because then you've got healthy heart health and you've got healthy muscles, and your muscles obviously protect all your bones, so you're less likely to hurt yourself. That's healthy. That doesn't mean we all need to go and be power lifters or, like you say, get PBs every single week. Like I've definitely realized in the last few months that I weight train because it helps me, but I don't weight train because I want to be able to lift X amount or whatever.
Yeah.
I just do it because it makes me healthy and not. I think it's very easy to get caught up on Instagram and be like, well, that person's hip thrusting 100 kg. Like, I want to be able to do that. It's nice to have goals. And if that is you, then great. But that's not me. Like, if I go to the gym and I move my body, great. Like, that's healthy.
You have to tailor it to you. And I think we'll probably cover this in another podcast, but there's such like misconception and stigma around like weightlifting or even like going to a gym in the first place. So we will probably cover that in another episode. But yeah. But no, definitely.
No, I've been helping that person at work to start going to the gym. I mentioned it the other morning, I think. So I've been taking him, and he was saying like, oh, I'm doing this twice a week with you, but I still need to like fit in my cardio somewhere and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know that weightlifting is cardio, like your heart goes and like, and then in the last session, we did quite an intense arm session, and we got to the end and he went, see what you mean? My heart's been pumping quite a lot. I was like, yeah, if you like do it properly, weightlifting is resistance and cardio.
Yeah, and it's sustainable as well, which is like the best thing because you can maintain it for longer times. Whereas if you go for a run, you might be able to, I mean, obviously as you build it up over time, you'll go longer. But like to begin with, you might only be able to run for like 5-10 minutes.
I mean, at the beginning, you might not even be able to run 30 seconds.
No, true. I say that. I would not have been able to.
No.
But yeah, no. Yeah, no, definitely when I was younger, I thought it was all just salads. That's all you had to eat. Salads. Boring salads as well. No dressing.
Yeah.
No yummy halloumi or
halloumi. That's so fatty. I can't have that.
I know. Or avocados. You can eat it. It's delicious.
Yes, and fats are so good for you.
They are healthy fats.
But yeah, like that's another thing about being healthy. Being healthy to me is going out for meals and enjoying those meals, and it is meeting up with friends and family for a coffee or doing those things.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And also I think it's important to note as well that just because you're going out, it doesn't always have to be unhealthy. Like, so I have had a recent obsession with Nando's. I will hold my hands up. Becca knows this.
Every
week. I love yeah. I often go with my boyfriend. I think it's become nearly a regular weekly thing, which isn't great for my bank account. But I love it because it fits into my plan. You can choose what you want. It's protein. You can get a carb source, and you can even get broccoli. And it's so yummy. I love it.
I think one of the most important things that I've learned is when you go out to a restaurant, it's not overanalyzing what the food is, sitting there going, oh, a burger's unhealthy, I can't have that, or I can't have risotto because it's got too much cheese. Like, it's one, what do you fancy? Like, if you fancy a burger, have a burger.
Yeah.
Two, like looking at that food and thinking, okay, a burger, I've got protein in the what's it called? Patty. Thank you. I've got carbs in the bun and the chips, and I've got fats in, maybe it's got cheese on it or it's got avocado. Like, and yes, it has some salad in it sometimes, so there's some of your 5 a day. Like, okay, it is not something I would encourage to eat every single day because that wouldn't be healthy, but there is nothing unhealthy about going out to dinner and having a burger and chips.
Exactly. I don't know why my voice came out so quiet then. Yeah, and it's so good for your mental health as well because you're probably socializing, and actually in 5 years' time you won't remember what you ate. You'll remember the memories, and you know it'll be a good memory.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but if it's a good burger, I would remember it.
Oh yeah, same here. But you know, just focusing less on the food side.
No, I know. But food is also for your taste buds. Like, you should eat the foods that make your mouth go, oh my God, this is incredible. Because it releases happy hormones and endorphins and things in your body that make you feel good.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
that is okay.
And it is okay. And yeah, I like a little bit of a segue, I guess, from that. But I know that obviously it was at the last year or so, there was the law that came out that the calories had to be on menus for like chain restaurants or something like that. And like you said, you know, like I had no issue with eating out before, and then that hit, and because of my disordered eating past, oh my God, it hit me like a brick. I can remember I went to Wagamama's with my sister and immediately saw it, and she just knew. She looked at my face and could see that I was like distraught.
Just going into panic.
Yeah. And she could see it. Absolutely. And it was really scary to see it to begin with, because you're like, oh my God, this.
And I think there are pros to it, which I will go on to in a minute. But I think, like you said, if you've had disordered eating, or even not that, like looking at your dinner and it suddenly being a calorific value rather than a tasty food to enjoy, completely changes your meal experience. Like I had the same thing the first time I went out and I saw calories on a menu. I sat there and I thought, oh my God, like I'm going completely over my calories for today. Like, and because I'm vegetarian, I'm very restricted to what I have on the menu, and everything on there that was veggie was like ridiculous calories. And I just sat and stressed, and it ruined that evening, because I sat and my meal was just calories that I hadn't earned, which FYI, you do not need to earn calories. But that was what my brain was telling me mentally.
Yeah. And I think the worst part about it as well is that all you have is that number attached to it. You don't have how much carbs, proteins, fat, you know, your salt,
calcium,
sugar. All the micronutrients and stuff like that as well. And I think that is so important as well, because you could have like a meal that is, you know, 400-500 calories, but the macro and micronutrients are awful, which would be, I think both of us would agree, would be more unhealthy. Whereas you could have a meal that's like 700-800-900 calories, but it's packed full of, you know, micronutrients, macronutrients. And, you know, I would class that more as healthy, because you're actually getting what your body will need.
And you're feeding your brain as well. Like if you sat there and you really wanted a burger and you thought, no, I'm going to get the salad because it's like 500 calories. It's just some salad with a piece of chicken or whatever on it. And you ate it. One, salad and chicken has got 0 carbs. So in less than an hour, you are going to feel hungry because you've not given your body what it needs, but you've not fed your brain. So the whole time you're there, someone obviously will order the thing that you wanted, because that's what always happens when you go out. You pick the healthy thing and someone else picks the thing you really wanted, and you sit and you drool over it.
And you're like, I made the wrong decision.
Yeah, and you sit there and all you think about is that food. And then, I don't know about you, but I know that whenever I've done that in the past, I finished my meal, they brought out the dessert menu, and I thought, sod it, I had a good dinner, I'm going to have dessert. And then you end up having the same amount of calories you would have had for the burger with a salad and a chocolate brownie.
Or I would do the other thing of, because I'm then obsessing over, I want this burger, I'll then, you know, 2-3 days later go out and have a burger.
And you have it anyway. So why postpone it? Just have the thing that you enjoy.
Yeah. And then I feel worse that I've then had it 2-3 days later because I feel guilty for it. So just have the burger.
And going back to what I said, positives of calories on the menu, which there are some, I'm not completely against it, but it does help you if you are trying to, you know, meal plan a bit, and say you're someone that does eat out quite often. It's good because you can have the better choice of food. Well, not, it's really hard to word this, but you can pick a slightly lower calorie one that fits your goals better if you're eating out regularly. But like I said, if it's a spontaneous thing, you don't go out very often, just have the thing you want. But also it's good because I think a lot of people that don't have the food obsession and don't think about their food, it does suddenly make them think like, oh my God, like that does have quite a lot of calories in it. Maybe I shouldn't have it as often as I'm having it or something, which can be helpful. But all in all, I'm against calories on the menu, if I'm completely honest.
And I do know that there are some restaurants now that have 2 separate menus. So they have the options. But I know whenever I've gone, I've been too awkward to ask for the menu of no calories, because then I'm like, oh, I'm just pointing it out. That,
To be fair, some of the ones I've been to recently give everybody the non-calorie one, and you ask for the one with calories if you want to see it.
See, that would be better.
Which I think is a better way around of doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Eating out is difficult, I think, but as soon as you realize in your brain that eating out isn't going to ruin everything and you can still be healthy and eat out, it's a game changer, and you can actually go and enjoy things. Like when you came to visit me when we went to London that time, and you came here. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent again. But let's travel back in time. And you came to visit me, and I know that at that point you were still struggling with your binge eating and things. You were really worried about coming and visiting me because, one, I was your coach and you were worried I was going to judge food. And two, you were worried because we were going to be eating out in London and then you were staying with me and we were doing different things. But we had a talk, and like I said to you, eat what you want to eat. I'm not going to sit and judge you. Like, I want you to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And we ate out, we had crepes, we had those really nice vegan wrap things, didn't we, in that place in Cambridge?
They were really good. And I'm not vegan or vegetarian. And they were really good.
Because we enjoyed it, because it was about the moment and not about the calories. And at the end of the day, you came back from that weekend and you'd still lost weight, I think, like when you then weighed in, because you're still healthy, you've still moved that week, you've still done exercise, you've still drunk water.
Yeah. And I think two things maybe to add to that is that, firstly, yes, I was worried that because you were my coach about what, but she is not judgmental at all.
No.
I'd just like to put that out there. And what was my second thing I was going to say? Yes, that's it. That I think when you do go out or when you eat with other people, sometimes you can be very aware of how much you're eating versus how much they're eating. And kind of going back to what I said before, that, you can eat the same thing, you're never going to look the same. And I think, my body composition is completely different to Becca's. I will need more food, most likely, to, live, essentially, to make sure my body runs normally. So naturally I will eat a bit more than her. And if you're out with your friends and you are aware of that, there is nothing wrong with eating more, and do not feel ashamed for it.
I do think though it is like the people you're with make such a difference, because not even with just portion size. Like I remember when I was on a higher calorie diet thing because I was trying to gain muscle, and I went out with my boyfriend and I had more calories to eat than him, and I was like, this is wrong. It's not wrong, but it felt wrong. But yeah, like if I go out for dinner, I'm really bad in that I will just go with what everyone else is doing and not worry about myself. So like if we go out and I don't really want to drink, but they all order a drink, I will order a drink. Or if we go out and I really want to have dessert, but no one else does, I won't have it. And it's because we're so worried of what everyone else is going to think about us. But then if you thought about it the other way around, like if I went out with you and I didn't want to drink, but you ordered a drink, I wouldn't sit there and go, oh my God, why are you ordering a drink? Or like if you could finish and you wanted dessert and I didn't, I would encourage you to have dessert because I want you to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And now that that's sort of clicked in my brain, it's so much better going out because I just do what I want. Like if I'm trying to eat slightly better that week, I will pick something better. And I don't care if people go, oh, are you trying to diet? Because no, I want better food this week.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it is really hard to do. And it is just one of those things that all of a sudden the switch will just click in your brain and you'll go, oh, okay. And I think it's really hard to get to that point, but it does happen. And I will safely say I don't think I'm there yet, quite frankly. I wish I was.
It takes time.
Yeah. Like
I'm there some days and I'm not there other days.
But yeah, going back to like your dessert thing, my sister has dessert every single day of the week.
Your sister is amazing. I love your sister.
Her attitude to food, I wish I had it. So much. But yeah, she has dessert every single day. If she didn't have dessert, she'd think the world was ending. And it's not always, like chocolate cake or, something that's less nutritious. It can be like fruit, but she's like, no, I have to have dessert. And we'll go out and no one else at the table will have dessert. And she'll be like, no, hello.
Yeah. That's how it should be. Like, oh my God, every time this goes off, sorry. Like if I've lost my train of thought now. Dessert is, you can be healthy and eat dessert every day. Like I always have something after my dinner, like whether it's a small chocolate bar or some yogurt, or it's not really ever fruit, because if I'm completely honest, I'm a chocolate girl. I get to the evening, I want something sweet. I'm still healthy. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't look at me and think, oh, she eats lots of bad foods. But if you saw the amount of chocolate bars in my rubbish bin, it's quite a lot.
But yeah, no, and I think it's the same. Like, I'm sure we will talk about, food ideas for you guys in the future if you want it. But yeah, like, desserts, you can have like low calorie jelly that is so tasty. I'm gonna have
Yeah, I'm
a
so
little.
against that jelly. Like, it tastes nice, but it does not fill me up.
Oh no, even just like the normal sugar-free pots.
Yeah, no, that doesn't fill
Really?
me up. I have it and I'm like, what's next?
What's next? And then you have your chocolate.
Yeah,
No,
genuinely.
I love them. Or I have like the little ice lollies. They're like 40 calories. They taste so good.
Yeah,
They might not be nutritiously good, but for my mental health, they're great.
they're
And it
healthy.
satisfies the sweet craving.
That is the thing. Like, so many evenings I've sat there and gone, no, I'm not going to have chocolate tonight. I'll have something else. And every single evening I will have that something else and I will then have chocolate because that is what I wanted.
Mm. Yeah. And I think it's knowing what your body wants,
Yeah.
which is hard. It is hard, but skip the middleman, just go straight to it.
Trusting
And
your body is like, I mean, we'll probably do an episode on this because I have a lot of feelings about it. But trusting your body is super important. That's what I'm going to say this
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, no,
um,
definitely. And if you're one of those people that is going, I can't have chocolate in my house. If I have a bit, I'm gonna have the whole bar.
mhm.
It does take time, and we will probably. I've just said we'll probably talk about this in the future. I'm just gonna talk about it. So, like honestly, I would say if you feel like that, start having chocolate in your house. Have a piece. If you do end up having more, that's fine. The next day, still have that piece. If you eat a bit more, that is fine. The next day, eat a piece. And likely over that time, because your body learns that it's going to get it every day, or 3-4 days in a row,
Mhm.
you will slowly eat that little bit less until actually all you want is that little square,
Yeah.
because your body knows that it is going to get it in the future. It's not trying to eat it all up because it doesn't think it's going to get it for another like week or so.
And that is like every time I get a new client, I ask them what their favorite food is. And they always say, and I always say, go and buy it and have it in your house. And the response they always give is, I can't, I'd eat it all. I can't have it in the house. That you can. And I
Yeah.
know, like you said, you will eat it all when you first have it.
Yeah.
But it is just letting your brain know it's there. We can have it whenever we want it. Like, if we
Yeah.
don't finish it today, we'll finish it tomorrow. That's fine.
Yeah. And it is just learning. Like, I mean, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I think one Easter, I convinced myself I didn't like chocolate and I gave it all away. All my Easter eggs, I gave them away because I was like, I don't like chocolate. I don't want to eat it because I knew I just eat them all. And now I have an entire snack drawer dedicated to chocolate,
You have
sweets.
the best snack drawer. We're just going to pause there, right? I went and stayed with Abby, and oh my lord, I've never seen such a great chocolate drawer. But again, if that was in my house, there is no way I would have all those chocolates. I would have eaten them.
But yeah, like it's just, I don't know, the mindset's completely flipped. And like I'm okay having it there because I know I can have it if I want it. And 9 times out of 10, I don't actually have it because I don't want it, but
See?
it's there if I need it.
But that's what everyone's got to remember is that you've spent your whole life building in habits into your brain, and the habits you've told yourself is that chocolate is bad and it should only be a treat or a reward for something, for exercising, or just because it's a Friday. And that's what your brain thinks. And it doesn't happen in seconds that you can unteach that to your brain. Like, you need to give it time to realize. And that time is like what you were just saying about eating a lot to begin with, but you learn that it's there and you undo that habit in your brain. But however many years that's been in your head, it's gonna take time to come out of your head.
Yeah. No, definitely. Habits are not, Rome was not built in a day. Habits are definitely not built in a day. It is,
Right.
Changing your neural pathways that are in your head. And it is, it's a bit like if you drive and sometimes you automatically go to a place and you think, oh my God, I don't know how I got here.
Yes.
That is what your brain does for habits. It suddenly jumps because it knows the pattern so much. And it's this, when you create a new one, it's going, okay, wait, no, instead of turning right here, I need to go left. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wait, where do I go? Follow Google Maps. oh, I've made the wrong turning here, turn around, and it's messy.
And you do the journey a few times, and then within a couple of trips, you're automatic.
Exactly.
That was a very good analogy. I liked that.
And if you don't drive, I don't have another one for you.
It's like cycling somewhere or walking somewhere, anywhere that you're going to a destination.
Exactly. I do love my analogies.
Or even getting ready in the morning. Like,
even
getting ready in the morning. Like, I have the same routine every single morning.
Yeah.
And if, like, when I bought a journal to start doing that, it took me weeks to get into the habit of actually doing it because it wasn't in my automatic pick up and do in the mornings.
Yeah.
And you have to sort of just know that some days you'll forget, but eventually you do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when so this might sound a bit gross. So when my immediate habit for brushing my teeth, so some people obviously you have it in your routine, is that I will usually, I'm wearing glasses right now, I will put my contacts in and then I will brush my teeth. And on the days that I don't put my contacts in,
you forget.
Sometimes I forget, and it takes such a conscious effort to go and brush my teeth because it's just automatically in a thing of I put my contacts in, then I go and brush my teeth, then I get dressed, blah blah blah, and it throws me completely off. I will put a statement out there today. I have brushed my teeth today, even though I am wearing glasses.
No, mine's the exact same. Like, I always get up, have a wee, brush my teeth, get on with my day. And since we've had the puppy, I've had to get up, go down, deal with puppy, come back up. And there was a few days where I like got an hour in and I suddenly was like, I've not brushed my teeth yet. But you remember and you get into the habit, and the last few days I've managed to do it when I was supposed to. So it's getting
there. And it's all the little things. Please don't go making like huge massive jumps and leaps to try and be healthy, or like the trend that's going around, I don't know if it is much anymore, but like the it girl trend, and people are making like getting up at like 4 a.m. and making the I don't know green juices and smoothies and all this stuff, and and they're making huge jumps. It's like, you don't need to do that. The tiny little steps, and they will build up over time. It's
one of my top tips with being healthy is that everybody's healthy is different. Therefore, don't look at someone else and say, she drinks 2 liters, I drink 1, I'm going to suddenly drink 2 liters. All you need to be is slightly better than you were the day before or than you were the week before. If last week, 3 days out of 7, you drank 2 liters, next week try and do 4 days out of 7 that you drink 2 liters. Like, if every week I get to the end of the week and I know that I've been slightly better than the week before, I'm happy. Yes, there will be weeks where you're not poorly, or you're too busy, or you're just stressed, or you're run down, and you won't be. But then you just pick yourself back up. And to be honest, the next week will be easier because it will be a lot easier to be better than that week because that week wasn't great.
Exactly. And I think it was in a book that I read. I don't know if it was on habits or something. I'm not entirely sure. But it was like an exponential graph, and like the little things, if you do them positively, goes up so much. And then if you do it negatively, or like you do it once and then you stop and go back to old habits, it like goes down ridiculously fast, which is crazy.
It's like that thing as well with the stairs, isn't it? If you do lots of little steps, you get them. If your steps are this big, then you can't jump up the first step to start to the next.
Yeah. And it can like continue going as well. Like, grind through it. Yes, it's tough, but every day.
And a lot of the time you don't feel like you're doing anything to be healthier. A lot of the time, like my clients I speak to, each week I set them small realistic goals that is just something different to help them be healthier. And a lot of the time they're like, this week's been really easy, like what am I doing wrong? I'm like, nothing. It's just the small things are going to make you healthier. And then in a couple of weeks, like, they've suddenly realized, oh, I've not drunk as much fizzy drink, and like my tummy's more settled, or I've drunk more water and I actually feel a bit more energized. And at the time, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything by drinking a little bit more water each week. But you get to a point when you suddenly go, oh, no, I do feel better.
Which in itself is healthy as well, because you're not constantly stressed about trying to remember to do it all, and oh my god, I haven't drunk my 2 liters of water today. If it is habit and it's a healthy habit, like it will just make your life better, I would say.
Exactly.
So, yes,
I think we should wrap up there.
Yes, I feel this may be long.
It's okay. I think it's about the same as the last one.
But yes, if you do you wanna
No, go on.
I was just gonna say, if you have enjoyed this, please follow us, like the episode, subscribe, whatever all the rest of them are. We do have a new episode coming out each week, so please, check them out, because we love doing this. We love helping you guys. If you do have any suggestions, please message us, because we'd love to hear from you. Or if you just want to chat, we love to chat as well.
We're your friends now, guys.
Yes, we are.
We're stuck with you. You're stuck with us. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I feel like we should have like a name for like the followers. Like Justin Bieber had like his believers.
Are we cool enough for that yet?
Nah, we'll come up with that for new ones.
Maybe like once we get in a certain number of views or something, we'll be like, yeah, okay.
If you guys have any ideas, let us know.
Or if the episode's really helped you, let us know, because there's nothing more rewarding than us knowing that we've helped one person. That makes everything worth it.
Yeah, it would be so helpful. But yes.
So yes, remember, every Thursday these come out. So we will speak to you all again soon.
Yes.
Soon? Thursday, that's what I meant. We'll speak to you all again on Thursday.
But yes, keep safe, guys, and hope you have a good rest of your day.
And do your positives.
Yes, do your 3 positives. They are important. They are healthy as well.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.